We're talking about the benefits of meditation, how you can get started at home. We're also talking about his new book. It's called Success Through Stillness, welcoming media mogul Russell Simmons to the show.
Russell.
All right, so right out of the gate, I mean, we're talking big name dropping, and you're talking about Ellen and Oprah involved in this. Let's back up, though. Where did it start for you?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I kind of want this story I don't like telling, but I went to class, yoga class, over 20 years ago. With my buddy Bobby Shriver, and that was the beginning
Bobby
of
Shriver?
Me. You know Bobby, right?
Yeah.
But I know
Okay.
you know, we know
Yeah,
Bobby.
okay.
Right? So we went to class, it was 58 girls and 2 guys. There was a gay guy somewhere in the class, I didn't meet him, but I know that, but they were all women and
So
just
you
us.
went to find some, look.
Right.
Okay, that makes
Right,
look.
that makes sense.
Makes sense.
And then, but anyway, after the first class, I was so high and happy, right?
Yeah.
You know, because I was open and awake, and I had this thing in my head that
Yeah.
I'm going to forget everything. I'm going to lose all my businesses. I'm going to lose all my, investments, because for a moment, I had freedom. And I used to think that the anxiety drove me. But instead of the anxiety driving me, it was always the seconds of stillness that made me creative or happy or productive. And I didn't know that. So at first class, I was amazed, and then shortly after that, I became a meditator.
You achieved that in one class?
Well, yeah, you get high. Everybody goes to a real aggressive physical class, and if you smile and breathe, as they instruct you to, right?
Yeah.
Well,
you come out, you're high, right? There's a moment, and you have lots of
But
moments.
it's the serotonin or something in your brain that changes.
yeah,
Isn't it that gives you that high?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just letting you may play basketball. The moment you feel like you're in the zone,
Yeah.
or you're in a car accident, everything moves slow.
Yeah.
You've been there, right?
Yeah.
This idea of this kind of stillness, this kind of clarity, comes when the future and the past is gone, and the seconds of stillness are the only seconds you have of any happiness. The only time you can be creative is in the present, not in the future or the past. And so this is the reason we meditate, by the way. This is the greatest tool known to man for thousands of years. It's kind of a lost art in a way. This idea of sitting and letting your mind settle.
How do you do that, though? Because there's so much. It doesn't happen right away, though. So how do you create
It's funny how simple it is,
Okay, so
And my
tell
book, my book is very simple, but it's because the practice is simple. The one thing you need to be a good meditator is a bit of patience. So if you,
I'm out.
No, my name is Rush, though. It's my nickname. Okay.
Yeah.
So a bit of patience does it all. If you sit, and what I teach is a mantra-based meditation. It's like what we give to the kids. We've had hundreds.
What does that mean?
Hundreds of thousands of kids across this country are doing mantra-based meditations. So you repeat a mantra to yourself. Say if I gave a mass mantra to everyone, it would be rum, like a vibration, not like alcohol.
Rum.
Say
Yeah,
rum.
rum.
Say it to yourself.
Rum.
To yourself. To yourself. There you go. Now you're sitting, you're saying rum to yourself, right? You're sitting, and then the mind's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be like, I'm not gonna meditate. I don't care what you say. Let's go to the refrigerator. Let's go here. Let's go. The mind's gonna be talking to you, right? But you have your alarm set for 20 minutes. So you're sitting, your mind's going crazy, and you're watching these thoughts go crazy. And before you know it, if you're repeating your mantra, and even if you lose your mantra to a thought, if you're sitting, the nervous system calms, and so goes the mind. So in 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, you'll say, oh my God, I'm meditating. And when that happens, your mind will go crazy a little more, and then it will transcend the thoughts even more. So the practice of meditation requires just a bit of patience and a little faith. It always settles for everyone. I meditate with my children every morning. One's 11, one's 14. They both go to school for the gifted. I credit their mother, not meditation, but a little bit of meditation.
Yeah, you have a little bit of your
I better
brain
credit
as
their
well.
mother, right.
Yeah.
But more than that, is that my daughter was meditating at 8, and she's now 11. And the other one from 9, and now she's 14. They sit and they let the thoughts settle, and so do kids all over this country. And the results are, first your nervous system calms, then your immune system boosts, then your brain functionality grows dramatically. You can see on a scanner the gray matter in the brain growing in 6 weeks of meditation. There's so much research on the physical benefits
Sure.
To
to
lower
meditation.
your blood pressure, too?
Lowers your blood pressure and increases brain functionality. And you can only be good in the moment. You can be thoughtful and present and awake. That's how you do good. That's how you make money later, is by being good today.
So you thought about writing this book while you were meditating?
Thoughts come and go.
Yeah.
My most creative thoughts come in, and all of us, any creative thought we have is in a second of presence. It can only happen when you're present. When you're in the future and when your mind is fluctuating, it's the cause of all suffering. But when your mind is settled, the cause of all happiness.
Can
And it's that simple. It's written in every scripture and taught by every great prophet. So it's a simple idea, but it seems that people from all over the world who spoke different languages with different colors promoted the same idea, to be still and know. Right?
In the
So it's a
moment.
very simple idea, and I want to give it to everyone.
May I ask you though, because you said you went to a yoga class first. There's a difference between yoga and then, is there a difference between yoga and just meditating?
Well,
'Cause I know
yoga has 8 parts,
Okay.
right? And one part is meditation, which is the most important part, the 7th of the 8 parts. The 8th part is this idea of enlightenment, Christ consciousness, nirvana for Buddhists, taqwa for Muslims, samadhi for yogis, this idea of yoga. But the 7th idea before realizing yoga is meditation. And the other stuff in yoga, the physical practice is you smile and breathe in difficult poses. It's part of your practice to quiet your mind. All the work is to quiet your mind.
do you still work out with Bobby Shriver? Because he's like a yogi. He's like a master at this now.
Well, he and
Yeah.
I have been going to class for over 20 years together.
Yeah, okay, because
My
he's
buddy.
very bendy.
But
I mean, he wraps himself like a pretzel.
you said going to class. You are working with class in a different way with students. in
Well, yeah,
Chicago.
that to me, what I want to do is I want to get Rahm Emanuel and I want to get his chancellor, and I want to bring in we do this all over the country. We bring in all the neuroscientists and all the professors and all the educators who have experience with their schools, have transformed their schools, put them all in this big auditorium, and we bring the schools, depending on like if we're in San Francisco, which we did, or if we're in Chicago where we're going, we bring all the principals and the chancellor in the room, and we show them all the compelling proof that your school will benefit tremendously in your kids, reduction in violence, greater capacity to learn, on, the research. And that research is undeniable. So then we try to get it in the schools.
You know,
Chicago needs it.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Well, I think if it works the way you
It does
say
work.
it is,
Well, it's so
yeah.
much.
I'm going
To
try
be able
this.
to,
I
because
gotta-
you're such a busy man. I know we have to go, but you're such a busy man. You have so much to do during the day that you actually disciplined yourself to actually take those 20 minutes. Because that's a
I
lot
do it
hard.
twice a day.
It's hard. Okay, well, it's hard for people to set aside
but
that.
no,
we can
no.
learn to do. You're a great example. on
Listen
how
to me.
do that. Yeah.
You're twice as productive in half the time. It's
Okay.
a very important
All right.
thing.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of being all
I'm
over
gonna
the
do it.
place,
Yeah.
calm and effective and awake and happy. That's what you're looking for.
Wanna do
I'm
that.
going to meditate the rest of the show. You got it?
I want-
Perfect.
I want
Russell's
to.
book,
Thank
Success
you.
Through Stillness, is out wherever books are sold. Get yourself some, because I'm going to try this. I'm going to really, 20 minutes. I can
can
find
do it.
20
We
minutes.
can find 20 minutes out
I
of our
can
day.
find 20 minutes.
Start now.